Hi, you tuned in for the Power and Energy News channel, ESI Africa. For this episode, I am speaking with Daniel Shepherd, who is from the IFC. Welcome to the studio, Daniel.
Thank you, Nicolette.
I believe we're going to be talking about a Green Cities Action Plan. But before we get into that, what is your role at the IFC?
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me here. So at IFC, I work in the infrastructure department. I'm the regional lead for our municipal and environmental infrastructure work across the Africa region.
That is a lot that you need to work through.
Right.
But let's start with why a Green Cities Action Plan?
Yeah, a couple of reasons. One is, many of the cities across the world are looking at ways to move into carbon neutrality, move into green plans. Mm-hmm. Part of it being driven by ways that they can promote their own economy and by greening it and attracting more investment into those economies. That's part of the reason. And the other reason is response in terms of Paris alignment. Mm-hmm. And so considering global climate agreements and plans, cities themselves want to be responsive to what's going on at the global level.
Right, exactly. And a lot of the cities are needing that investment, especially since a lot of populations are moving to the cities. And I believe that you are partnering with Ekurhuleni here in South Africa.
That's right.
Let's talk a bit about why that particular city and what the action plan is going to be.
Excellent, yeah. So for a couple of reasons. So we provided financing to the City of Ekurhuleni through participation in a bond issuance in 2017 and then again in 2020. And after that work in 2020, we've engaged with them with our advisory services to help them across a number of areas, largely driven by the energy and water sectors. And that's for two main reasons. One is that's a key area of revenue for the cities, a key area that they need to make sure that they maintain in terms of effectiveness as well as efficiency of the delivery of services. And then two, it ties into climate. Those are key areas in both from an emission standpoint as well as from a resilience standpoint. And so with that, we've engaged with them in advisory services to develop a climate investment opportunities or Green Cities Action Plan.
Right, and for how long is that action plan? Is it a cycle of 10 years or longer than that?
Yeah, so the action plan itself, it depends a bit about the city's own plans. Mm. And so by and large, it's looking across a 5 to 10 year horizon. Exactly,
okay. So now the next step is you are working with the City of Ekurhuleni. Which city is next?
Yeah, so we've done this in other parts of the world, and we've rolled it out in a few different places. Some examples are Almaty, Kazakhstan, Medellin, Colombia. So we've done this in other places. Here in South Africa, the next one for us will be the city of Cape Town.
And what is the plan there? Are we also looking at energy and water, or is there maybe another element to it for the city of Cape Town? Because as we know, each city is completely different.
Yeah, so what we've seen in the case of the city of Cape Town, the engagement is largely around energy and climate. Mm-hmm. So looking to help them incorporate energy efficiency in their municipal buildings as well as other facilities. And again, thinking about climate as part of that, reducing emissions, but also reducing their operational costs. Another area is looking at securing power from different sources. That can be independent power producers, that can be other areas. So the key thing for us in the city of Cape Town is on the electricity front and ways in which we can help them improve energy usage as well as further green what they're doing in terms of their own grid. Right. And a key part of that will be this Green City Action Plan for the city of Cape Town as well.
Right. And as the last question, and that is, what advice do you have for a city that wants to implement a green city plan on their own without any investment from the outside?
Yeah, key thing is as best as possible to focus on quantitative aspects related to that. I think the easy pathway can be qualitative, but if you can use data to make it as robust as possible. And a key thing about our Green Cities Action Plan, it's predicated on the use of a tool called Apex. And this Apex tool, you feed data into that, and that tool is able to generate an analysis and generate results that are quantitative. And as much as you can do that, it can speak to those concrete opportunities for investment for a city.
Right. And I think that is very key, looking at the data, evaluating it, and then coming up with a plan.
That's right.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to ESI Africa for more of this type of content.